Hello, my name is Diana Paula Ramirez Segura, and today I will present my evidence tree. So I'm going to start by explaining what globalization is. Okay, globalization is an economic, technological, cultural, social, and political process that has been changing the world in which we live, and it's thanks to this process that we are increasingly interconnected with the different language markets, industrial developments, etc. But you will ask yourself, how is it that globalization could be done? Well, the answer is very easy. It was thanks to new technologies and the internet. Globalization is important because thanks to it, the market of the different countries are benefit because products arrive from different parts of the world. That is, people have more options to choose their products. They have greater access to capital flows. The export is wide, cheap imports, as well as because globalization has brought a great benefit to our country, and is that our trade has increased. In other words, thanks to the process of globalization today, our lives are easier than for people before, since before they had no way of learning new things from their electronic devices, even before such devices didn't exist. Okay, now I will talk about what it's like to be a global person. Okay, a global person is someone who understands and know how the world is, in addition to the fact that they seek to have an effective and active role in society, and they seek to work with other people in search of making the world fairer, more sustainable, and with more equality. Okay, the pros of becoming global people are expansion in communication because thanks to social networks, people can now learn new things and acquire more knowledge that thanks to the technologies we have today, it also allows us to improve our communication because you can contact anyone from another country at any time. There are linguistic exchange, that is because today they are different alternative to watch series and movies. We can watch them in the language we want. In this way, this help us to learn new language easily. Expansion and breadth of human rights, since thanks to all the new technologies that we now have it easier to spread the human rights that each citizen has. In this way, people can know their rights and what happens when someone does not comply with this. The cons are loss of certain language. This happens because developing countries speak language like English, Spanish, French, etc. Indigenous language are left in oblivion, and we can see how more and more people who spoke this language stop doing it because few people are the ones who speak it and understand it. This causes the few people to stop practicing it and forget. Another is loss of the culture and identity of the countries. By this, I mean that since societies gradually become more alike, that is, we have the same tastes and interests. And here, what worries us in that people will have the same tastes very soon. All countries will have the same lifestyle, and there will no longer be things that distinguish each country. Another is labor condition worsen because many companies move to more developed countries and therefore labor is cheaper. Okay, their main concern of these are that they seek to make people take responsibility for our actions. They are willing to carry out actions that make the world more sustainable, participating in various activities that contribute to the well-being of the community, respect diversity, understand and are aware of the importance of their role as citizens, and understand all issues related to the economic, social, cultural, political, environmental, and technological. In other words, what global people are most concerned about is being able to create action that help the world and society become responsible for our actions, with the aim that together we all contribute a little, and in this way we help convert the world sustainable, global, and fair. And it's that if we want our lives and lives of people we love to improve, we must also start contributing to society. Okay, but how can we be close to a global community? Okay, I will explain to you the way in which I will do things to be able to be closer to a global community will be first being empathic with them, that is putting myself in their place, listening to their concerns, understanding the perspective that each member has about the world, in addition to the fact that I will also use my empathy to think of ideas on how to solve life problems. In addition to that, I will seek to think about the results that could be obtained by carry out actions that help the impact of society in a positive way. And another thing I will do will be to offer all my support and confidence to these people, since this will help create an excellent environment, and in this way they trust that together we will be able to make a change in the world. Okay, now I will talk about the main values that a global person has. These are three: integrity, because global people act according to their values, that is, they are honest people when it comes to acting. Another value is respect, since they always treat everyone people with equality, do not judge for having different points of view, and know how to listen to all people. Another value is ecology, and it's that they seek that all their actions do not continue to bring repercussions to the environment. And another value is creativity, because they seek to think of new ideas to solve the problems that arise. And another main value that they have is that they are professional, since they work being competent and fair, since they seek to be government by excellence but with discipline. It's also important that I mention that there are attitudes that go against being a global person. This I consider to be that people are not empathic, that there are people who do not care about generating a positive impact on society and who only think about yourself. I think that a global person should not have such an attitude, since globalization seeks to generate to help the trade of each country grow and thus be able to grow economically. However, if there is a person who seeks only benefits for him, this is not good or worthy of a global person. Another attitude that I consider goes against being global is not being consistent. That is, if a person says that he is responsible but doesn't deliver his work on time, then what he says is not true, because if he were a responsible person, he will always deliver his work on time and fit. Another attitude is distrust, and it's that a global person cannot distrust other people or actions, since the only thing that will cause it that their negative attitude can generate that the expected results are not achieved. And another attitude that I think goes against a global person is help, since what motivates global people is to help the environment, trade, technology, society, culture, and diversity improve in the best way possible, and they do so by helping with whatever they can to ensure that globalization in the countries continues to develop to help all countries, because powers thanks to their economic, technological, social, cultural, and political development. Okay, I think that we all need to be global, both in our professional life, business, and in our daily life, because we all must at all times assume responsibility for our actions, and that no matter how small they are, our decision and action that we carry out can bring repercussion to society. That is why we must always be global people, also because we must also find ways to help the planet and society. In other words, we must be global people both in business and in our daily life, because not being so will bring us consequences, and because if we want society to improve, we must start with ourselves. Also, because by being global people, we can help the cultural and socially improve things in our country, as well as because we can help the economy grow and improve, because by making wise decisions that benefit all people, this will generate a positive impact. And it is that if we consider that the decision we make in business are going to have some consequence in our personal lives, these decisions will be made in a better way, in addition to considering that we must take care of the environment. Some examples that we can do to help be global are help the environment by not using as many papers, reusing as much as possible, separating the garbage, try to use renewable sources, for example, geothermal, wind, and solar. Also try to use hybrid or electrical cars. When you must make decisions, think about yourself and the world. We must try to do something for the world, otherwise it will be too late. Let's seek to make areas like green nanotechnology, synthetic biology, human intelligence, etc. They gain relevance and begin to be used, since in this way we can live together in a better environment. And well, to conclude my presentation, I just want to say that the issue of globalization is something very important that all of us must take into account and talk about it to help the society of each country improve. And that is, if we help our country, for example, improve globalization, the economy will be able to improve. And it's that after the pandemic, this factor is of the utmost importance, that it increases with aim of becoming an economically stable country. And that's it. Thank you for your attention.